This film looks at three cold cases. The Beaumont children. Three siblings vanished from a public beach. Witnesses saw them with a man, but no physical evidence was found. Gloria Ramirez, her sudden illness was followed by staff collapsing. The official chemical reaction theory remains unproven. Andrew Gosden, he bought a one-way ticket to London. CCTV captured his arrival, but his movements after the exit remain unknown. These cases persist because the facts are clear, but the answers are not. On January 26, 1966, a hot Australia Day public holiday, three siblings took a short, familiar bus trip to Glenelg Beach in Adelaide. For the Beaumont family, it was a routine summer outing, a 5-minute journey the children had made before. Jane, 9, Arna, 7, and Grant, 4, were seen playing happily near the Patawalonga boat haven. The beach was bustling with holiday crowds, a setting that should have guaranteed their safety. Multiple credible witnesses later reported seeing the children in the company of a tall, thin man with a sun-tanned complexion, estimated to be in his mid-30s. His interactions with them appeared entirely natural and non-threatening. The accounts were remarkably consistent. The children appeared relaxed and cheerful. At one point, the man was seen helping them get dressed after they played under a public sprinkler, an act of apparent kindness that disarmed any potential concern from onlookers. These are the last confirmed moments. After that, the record falls silent. The disappearance triggered what became the largest search operation in Australian history at the time. The effort was immense, mobilizing police, military personnel, and thousands of civilian volunteers who felt a personal stake in finding the children. Shores and dunes were combed meticulously. Canals were drained, revealing nothing but mud and debris. Every vacant building and storm drain in the area was checked. A composite sketch of the unidentified man was circulated widely across the nation. Yet despite the unprecedented scale and urgency of the search, not a single piece of physical evidence was recovered. No clothing, no towels, no beach bag, nothing to indicate a struggle or even their recent presence. The trail appeared to evaporate in the middle of a crowded public place. The primary theory has always been abduction and murder by the unidentified man. The volume of witness statements supports this narrative, but it remains a theory precisely because no forensic evidence has ever confirmed it. Without a crime scene, a physical trace, or a verified suspect link, the theory is unprovable. It exists only in the space between observation and fact. Over the decades, several high-profile suspects drew intense media and police attention. However, each lead eventually dissolved. Some individuals offered false confessions that quickly collapsed under scrutiny, adding cruel twists to the family's suffering, but no real answers. Alternative ideas, such as the children being taken by a fringe religious cult, were explored but ultimately lacked any evidentiary support and were dismissed as speculation. The possibility of an accidental drowning was also considered. But the extensive water searches, both at the time and in subsequent years, produced nothing. Experts noted it would be highly improbable for three bodies to vanish without a trace in the same incident. Each line of inquiry, no matter how promising, breaks on the same hard fact: there is no proof. The investigation yields a clear start and a crowded scene, then ends abruptly with no bridge to what happened next. Without a physical link, a stray fiber, a partial fingerprint, or a trace of DNA, the case cannot cross the critical threshold from plausible theory to demonstrable fact. A sea of witnesses saw the children and the man, but their collective memory could not substitute for a single, verifiable piece of trace evidence. The facts illuminate the beginning. They cast no light on the end. The investigation stops where the evidence stops. And for more than half a century, it has remained there, frozen in time. On February 19, 1994, Gloria Ramirez was rushed to a Riverside, California emergency room. Suffering from late-stage cervical cancer, she was experiencing severe heart palpitations and confused breathing. Her case, however, would soon spiral into one of modern medicine's most baffling toxicological mysteries. During treatment, medical staff noted a strange, oily sheen on her skin and a fruity, garlicky odor from her mouth. When a nurse drew her blood, an ammonia-like smell emanated from the tube, and unusual manila-colored particles became visible in the plasma. Then, a cascade of illness struck the staff. One by one, they experienced fainting, shortness of breath, nausea, and even temporary paralysis. In total, 23 people were affected. Fearing a toxic exposure, the ER was evacuated. A hazardous materials team swept the area but found no conclusive environmental cause for the mass incapacitation. Despite all efforts, Gloria Ramirez died that night. The leading explanation, proposed by Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, suggested a rare chemical chain reaction. It began with DMSO, a solvent Ramirez may have used as a home remedy for pain. Oxygen administered by paramedics could have converted this into DMSO2 in her blood. The theory posits that electric shocks from defibrillation then converted the DMSO2 into dimethyl sulfate, a highly toxic and volatile industrial chemical that aerosolized, sickening nearby staff. However, this theory is heavily criticized. The proposed chemical conversion has never been reproduced under ER-like conditions, a crucial failure for scientific validation. Critics also note significant mismatches between the staff's reported symptoms and the known effects of classic dimethyl sulfate exposure. Alternative hypotheses include a coincidental toxic gas release within the hospital's infrastructure, or even a case of mass sociogenic illness triggered by an initial odor. The investigation was severely hampered. A delayed autopsy and alleged mishandling of tissue samples irretrievably compromised the evidentiary record. Without clean, reproducible data, science could only supply possibilities, not certainties. The true cause of the mass incapacitation remains one of medicine's most persistent and unsettling unresolved cases. It stands as a stark medical anomaly, a mystery sustained by a critical break in the chemical chain of proof. On the morning of September 14, 2007, 14-year-old Andrew Gosden left his home in Doncaster, dressed in his school uniform. His family believed he was heading to school as usual, but instead of going to class, Andrew waited for his parents to leave for work, changed into casual clothes, and walked to a local cash machine. There, he withdrew £200 from his savings account. He then went to Doncaster Station, where he purchased a one-way ticket to London, notably refusing a return ticket despite it costing nearly the same price. CCTV cameras captured his arrival at King's Cross Station and his exit from the main concourse at approximately 11:25 a.m. He walked out of the station doors, and at that moment, the clear, time-stamped record of his movements goes cold. Investigators undertook a massive review of CCTV footage from the area, a task complicated by the sheer volume of cameras and the density of the London crowds. Crucially, not all cameras were operational, and the patchwork of public and private systems created unavoidable blind spots. Continuous tracking proved impossible. In the years since, there have been no further confirmed sightings, no financial activity, and no contact with family or friends. The case is a study in contradictions. He left behind his passport, money, and beloved games console, even its charger, suggesting a plan to return. Yet he bought a one-way ticket. Despite numerous public appeals and the circulation of age-progressed images, no verifiable leads have ever emerged. Andrew Gosden's trail shows where he was, but not why. It demonstrates that even in our hyper-monitored world, a person can still step out of frame and simply disappear. These three cases are bound by method, clear starts, then a break in the chain of evidence. The Beaumonts at a public beach. Gloria Ramirez's treatment followed by staff illness. Andrew Gosden's train to London. Each case holds a critical gap. No physical link, no confirmed chemical mechanism, no visual or digital continuation. Evidence alone did not lead to answers because the connecting evidence was missing or degraded. These are not failures of effort. They are the limits of inquiry when the weakest link breaks. We invite calm, evidence-focused discussion. Comment below and subscribe to Dark Data Files for more analytical investigations.